Hey guys, welcome back to the layout. It's been a very long time since my last update, which was I think January, possibly, and we're now May, so lots of changes as you can see. So let's get to it. I'll keep some trains running. I'll tell you what changes I've made, and then we'll run the new trains at the top. Okay, so bear with me. So the big one is the whole layout's been lowered. Well, the whole lower deck of the layout has been lowered by 2 inches, i.e. 50 mil. And that was basically done by removing the blue foam that used to be underneath. And really, I don't know if you remember, I had really thick foam. And that was originally for the N scale layout, which obviously I'm not doing. So, and it was a big task. It was huge. It started out really easy, then by the time I got to the tunnel and this section, and especially down there, yeah, it took me about 2 or 3 days to do the whole thing, but I'm glad I did it. Because the whole lower deck can breathe now, you can actually see a bit more of it. It's not so squashed up to the deck above it. So that's good. So I got those 2 new coaches, put some lights in them, and they work great with Klein Dickie. Yes, that's what it's called. No sniggering, please. What else is new? Yeah, I've now got, I've started converting all my turnouts to electric. So all the mainline ones have been done. That's been done, that's been done. The spur hasn't been done yet, but I will do that in the future. Same with that, that's electrified. That's electrified. These 3 aren't, and I probably won't electrify them because I'm usually stood here anyway, so I can reach them by hand. And of course that's electrified. So basically I've got, I think, 8 turnouts on 4 buttons. In fact, if I just stand up here, you can see on that new piece of radius 3 turnout, I've got a turnout motor there and one down there as well. Yeah, so that's all done. And I used original LGB orange and white cable. Normally I don't bother with, whenever I'm doing projects, I always use just bits and pieces of spare cable, but I'm trying to keep everything original, everything LGB, so I decided to use their own cable, and it's expensive really for what it is, but it's excellent cable. I can't recommend it enough. If you're going to do it, just do it properly, I guess. And again, that was quite a job because I had to hide the cable runs because, you know, each turnout has a wire coming back to this little controller, which is the old manual one. I picked that up secondhand off eBay. I've got another one here. I need to, there you go, I've got a spare one there as well, and I'll probably use that for, you know, when I electrify that switch and the other one, or turnout. So that's that. Got some LED lights under this section here. You can see, just chucked them in. It's a real Heath Robinson affair. It's just some old LED lighting I've had for years, never used it. And in fact, I've actually put it on a little remote control because I don't always want it to be on or off when I switch the main lights on, because it's on the same circuit as the rest of the layout. So I wanted to be able to independently control it, which I can do. So that's good. Another little job, this locomotive, you won't know, but it's running a lot better than it used to. That was basically because I added about ½ kilo of lead weight into it, and it just runs so much better now. It's very smooth, it can pull a lot more, it's got a lot more traction. So, and I need to do, well, the Steins are great, they got plenty of weight, but this thing, I need to do the same on this one as well. This need to put some lead weight in that, and that will be able to run much better than it currently does. I've replaced all the traction tires as well, but still have a problem. Anyway, so these babies, so I've been after some Swiss Railway stuff for quite a while. I don't know why, because I've never been to Switzerland, never been on a Swiss Railway at all in my life, but I'm sort of fascinated by them, and you know, where they run their trains, you know, in the mountains of Switzerland, it's quite spectacular. So, but if you like LGB, you know that these things cost a fortune, so I've never really been able to justify buying them because it's just so expensive. Anyway, this one came up for sale, and it's already got the decoder in it, and it runs great, that's fine. It's a little bit knocked around. I think it's like, again, I think this one's like 1980s vintage, early 90s, not too sure. I'm not going to do it now, but I have to look at the sticker underneath again, I can't remember. Same for these guys. These coaches. They're Furka Oberalp, which is another Swiss railway, which has been merged into, well, it merged with the, I think the Matterhorn line, Gotthard Matterhorn line, and then the RhB, which is this road name. They ultimately bought out those two companies, and it's now one. So I don't think you actually see Furka Oberalp on the line anymore. But if anybody knows different, feel free to correct me, because what I know about Swiss railways, I can write on the back of a postage stamp. So I'm learning at the moment. So then after buying the Klosters Locomotive, then this one came out for sale, and I could tell it was a bit unloved and needed some work. So I got it for a pretty cheap price. And when it arrived, it was a bit of a basket case. Just cables disconnected. The gearbox wasn't, like the top was missing off the gearbox. I mean, it was in the box, but it just wasn't there. It was like, I mean, you looked at it, thought this thing's never going to run, but I've managed to get it running. It still needs to do some more work. A lot of the functionality is not working, like I can't control the pantographs, and I don't really have any noises. There's a speaker in it, but there's not much sound. There's no sound coming out at all, whereas the Klosters does work. So anyway, that's it really. So I think what we'll do is we'll just run a couple of trains, so you can see this one going. So let's see if the sound goes. Excuse my shaky camera. Apparently that's the station announcement. I have no idea what it means, because it's in German. So. And we're off. It's working. Because of the size of my layout, i.e. very small, I've kept the consist very small on both of them for very obvious reasons. Because I'm using the old controller, I don't really have a huge amount of speed control. I've only got 14 steps, I think. So I believe that can be increased to 28, but we'll see. So let's see if I can get the horn to work. There you go, it's working. Come back here. I'll let this one finish its circuit, and then I'll send the other one off. Oh, those are radius 3 corners over there. The whole top deck is radius 3 and radius 2. There's no radius 1. I was quite surprised I was able to squeeze it in, really. All right, here we go. There you go, that works. So turn the sound off. Let's get this one running. Got the turnouts. Choose the Locomotive 022. Sorry, the Arosa, the sound isn't working. Well, there's definitely a decoder. I've had it apart, so there's a decoder in there and there's a sound card and everything. I think there's a sound card. There's definitely a speaker, so we'll see. Anyway, that's that one. Doesn't look too bad. Of course, now I've done all this, it makes me want to have a little garden railway now. But my terrace is tiny. I've got like a 5 meter by 6 meter square terrace. I mean, that's it. Not really big enough to also have a model railway as well as a seating area. So this will have to stay here for now, but maybe one day we'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna finish up. If you're still watching this video, thanks for sticking with it. I know it's a long one, but there's quite a few things to cover. But just wanted to show you what I've done, what's been changed, what's happening, what's not happening, and all the rest of it. So what are my next plans? Well, yeah, I'll stop it there. I guess my next plans are scenery, scenery, and scenery. Lots of scenery. Although, I've actually drawn up plans on the computer for another Swiss railway to be built on top of this one, but very, very thin, and possibly a rack railway. But again, it's down to finding the right locomotive. I know the one I want, but they seem to ask a king's ransom for them, used if they're in any kind of decent shape. So we'll see. That might be a project for next year or the year after, or we'll see what happens. But for now, I'm very, very happy with what I've got done in here. It's all very small and compact, but I'm over the moon. I'm kind of missing the end scale, but that's fine. I think what I've replaced it with is going to work better for me. It's bigger, chunkier, I can see it easier. When I come home from being away for 9 weeks, I don't have to, if I dust it off, it doesn't take forever. That's the thing I noticed with the end scale, it was so many small fiddly pieces, it took me forever to get it clean. I don't have that problem with this stuff. And of course it's outdoor railway, so it's kind of bulletproof because it's indoors. So anyway, that's it. Sorry for the long video, thanks for watching. And happy model railroading. I guess my next video will again be probably August, I suspect. Okay, see you then.